Alright, here we go with my review of the Masters of the Universe Classics King Hsss figure. And let's start off here by reading a little character bio and background here. This is just off the back of the packaging there. It says here, King Hsss, dreadful disguised leader of the Snake Men. Real name, Hsss of the Viper House. A servant of the Unnamed One, Hsss was chosen to lead an army of snake men to the planet of Eternia to plunder its magical secrets. He ruled Eternia for 3 centuries until a rebellion formed under Devon Greyskull. Soon afterwards, the Horde invaded and Hsss was drawn into a 3-way war. All 3 sides agreed to a temporary truce in order to construct the 3 towers, but Hsss was betrayed by Hordak and in time was banished to the Void by the Elders and Zodak. For 5 centuries, he and his army waited until Evil Lyn and a Snake Man descendant named Cobra Khan opened the Snake Pit to free them. King Hsss often tricks foes by appearing heroic, but then transforms into a seething mass of serpents and leads the Snake Men into battle. So that's a little bio there, according to this packaging here. So let's just move that out of the way, and let's talk about the actual figure here. There he is there. I actually like this guy a lot. He's pretty cool. I had the original toy as a kid in the 80s. I don't have it here with me, otherwise I'd kind of show it here as a little bit of a comparison. But it looks pretty much like him there in his human form. Pretty much like the original toy. Obviously the detail's a lot better on this one. The sculpting's better. And let's just kind of pan in here a little bit and look at it up close. So there he is there. I like the way they did the face there. He's kind of got like a little kind of evil smirk to him there. And he's very muscular looking, all buffed out. Got the little snake emblem there on his little like big collar there, whatever it is that goes around him. And I like the way too that it's got like little kind of like reptilian theme here, or snake scales. These look like scales here all throughout him here. And just go on down there. So that's pretty much it there. And the head here kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you've ever seen the Chronicles of Riddick, the main bad guy in that movie. His helmet here looks almost the same as that guy. At least what I can remember from that movie, it looks like that. But anyways, there's the back of him there. And again, has this kind of scale motif running throughout. So yeah. Now he does come with a couple little accessories or weapons or whatever, and basically what it is he has his little snake staff or serpent staff here, which is basically obviously just a big staff with like a snake kind of coiled around it. This doesn't really move or flex or bend at all. It is a little flexible, but the little snake part it's pretty much static. It just sits there. And he has his little red snake shield, and it has a little clip there so that you can attach it to his arm. Should just go on there like so. So you can have him hold it like that. I do wish it could kind of rotate, so you could kind of have the shield rotated forward, but he does have the shield there like that. And you can make him hold this little snake staff here. Just goes in his hand here. A little tricky. Oops, let's see if I can get that in there. His hand here is kind of smaller, it seems, compared to the thickness here of this staff. Also, you got to kind of get it in here between the little snake body here. And this guy's giving me a hard time. Anyways, let me get this shield off. It's kind of in the way here. But if I can get that in there. There it goes. So there, now he can hold his little staff like so. And you can kind of twist it around. I kind of got it backwards obviously, but oh well. So let's just get this out of the way. And let's talk about the articulation on this guy. Since this is a classics figure, he's going to have a pretty good level of articulation. And start off here. The head can go all around like so. A little hampered by the little helmet here that he's wearing, but it can go all the way around. Kind of goes up and down, obviously left to right. The chest here can go up and down like this. Arms can go around, and they can bend here. These are a little stiff, these joints up in here, like that. You got some upper bicep swivel here, bend at the elbows, and the little wrists can rotate around. You can rotate them at the waist. The legs here can go around like this. A little hampered here by the little loincloth thing. It's a solid piece, so this kind of hits there, but it can kind of swivel here also and go in and out like that. Knees bend and the feet bend, although these are very stiff on mine. They don't bend a whole lot, but they do go up and down. And you can also get a little swivel here like that. And I mentioned this on my Triclops review, Classics Triclops review. They actually do have some rotation here, and it's at like the mid calf area, but you can kind of rotate them here around like the boots. So you can do the same thing on Triclops. I didn't notice it before, but you can do that, and I think that's pretty much common for all these Classics figures here. And that's pretty much it for his articulation there. Now the main gimmick on this guy is that he can turn into the snake, or his true snake form. And the original toy could do the same thing, but the way they did it on that one was the upper body here was just basically like a hollow shell, and it would split apart, and it would have the little like rubber snake figure part of it in there with the arms that were actually snakes. The way they do that on here, you basically just remove this whole upper body part and snap the snake body onto it. So let's go ahead and do that. And here's the snake body. So you can see there, that's his true form basically. And like I was saying on the original 80s toy, this part was already attached to the figure and the shell just snapped around it. But on this guy, you just pop this part off like that. So now he's been cut in half, and there's a little hole in there, and this just pegs right in to that hole like so. And it stays in there very securely, doesn't pop out, and you're still able to rotate them around here. These little snake arms here are kind of like flexible. It's like basically just a rubber thing here with a wire inside, so you can kind of bend these and mold these into whatever position you want. Sadly though, this part doesn't really bend or stay into any kind of fixed position. It's just there. It can flex a little bit, but that's just because it's kind of like a rubber material. But the little jaw here is hinged, so you can have it open up, and it is flexible rubber too, so I wish it was a little bit firmer, because it's, I don't know, it just feels a little cheap when it's like this soft rubber here. But it opens and closes, so you can have his mouth open like that, or just leave it closed. And these little parts here are just like kind of little nubs. They don't really, you know, pose at all or lock in a position. They just stay there. And that's pretty much his gimmick there, or his main little play feature there, is, you know, converting him to his true King Hsss form there. So that's kind of a cool little thing. Although it does look a little ridiculous to have these human legs and then this weird snake upper body part. But I think it's still kind of cool nonetheless. It's definitely a good callback or good reference to the original 80s toy. And the way they did it here by not making it a shell is a good thing too, because then it preserves all the articulation that this guy has here. Although this part here, I don't want to say it could be held in more securely, because it does hold in pretty securely, but I don't know, I think if you mess with this guy a whole lot, this might get loose or kind of wore out, and it may start to just fall out easily. I don't know. You know, this is kind of aimed more at collectors, not really kids, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. I mean, you're probably not going to be playing with it a whole lot, but nevertheless, it's something to think about. So let's just stand him back up here. Just put him like that. So yeah, would I recommend this guy? Yeah, I think he's a good figure. It's kind of different. I like the little, you know, hidden snake feature that he's got there. His weapons aren't so great. He's just basically just got a shield and a staff. I wish maybe he had a sword too. I know the original toy didn't have a sword. I don't remember it having a sword, but it basically the same thing, had the staff and the little shield. But it would have been nice if they gave him something extra too. Other than that, the articulation's great, sculpting's great, the paint's actually good too on it. It's a good figure all around. Now, if you're not really into this guy, it's probably not going to do much for you. Can be a little pricey. They are a little hard to find. But, you know, if you're into He-Man figures, Masters of the Universe, Snake Man characters, it's definitely one to get. So, with that in mind, if you are one of those type of people, go out and get them. Anyways, I think I'll do that here with my look at the Masters of the Universe Classics King Hsss figure.